Well, let me address the last part first. There's actually two different questions being asked here, at least theologically. First, God did not create evil. God is all loving and good. What God has created are beings that are endowed with free will. With this free will, we have the power to reject God, to turn away from what is good. For example, God did not create the devil. God created a beautiful angel. But with his free will, that angel decided to turn away from God and thereby fell into sin and became the devil. Now, people complain that they want God to put an end to evil and suffering in the world. Well, okay, fine. Then let's make a short list of all the people God would have to get rid of or put an end to, right? Because in order for him to put an end to suffering, you have to put an end to the evil that causes the suffering, correct? So we would have to wipe out all the murderers, of course, all the rapists, all the liars, all the bullies, all the thieves, all the abusers, all the adulterers, all the fornicators. Now, as you hear me rattle off this list, all of you quickly realize, wait a second, I'm probably on that list. Well, see, God couldn't pick and choose certain evil over others, could he? He couldn't cherry pick offenses. That would probably defeat the purpose. So, if God puts an end to all the wickedness in the world, doesn't that mean he'd have to put an end to you too? Haven't you, at least on a minor scale, contributed to the suffering of another person? Have you lied? Have you gossiped? Have you started a rumor about someone? That might be minor, but it's still an offense. It's still wickedness. It's funny because we whimper and whine and fault God for not doing away with evil. So basically we're criticizing God for not destroying all of us. Look, here's the bottom line. Had God wanted to, he could have programmed us only for good. But then we would have been robots, blindly doing the will of another. Instead, God gave us a choice. He's veiled himself so that we can find him only if we seek. Of course, the downside to this is that man was given the ability to reject God, to turn away from what is good, and to worship false gods in his place. Sadly, throughout the world, we see the results of this decision. The chaos, the darkness, the suffering that so often mars what God had originally intended. But we're left to focus on and ponder why it is that we find evil and darkness disordered. We want to put right the things that we find wrong. Why? No other animal does this. It speaks of a nature within us of knowing how things should be. It suggests that we have within us an understanding of how the world could have been, and how the world would have been had man not chosen to walk from God.